So several Republican lawmakers are now accusing the White House of stonewalling an investigation into the botched gun running sting, which is known, of course, as Fast and Furious. They claim that the Obama administration is trying to block a key witness from testifying on Capitol Hill as to all of this. So Congressman Jason Chaffetz joins me now. He's one of those Republican lawmakers. He's on the House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform and has been at the center of this investigation. Congressman, welcome back. Good to have you here.
Good morning.
Run through this for us. I know that you spoke to Megan about this the other day. Talk to me a little bit about who this person Kevin O'Reilly is, what you believe he knows, and why they won't permit him to speak to you.
Well, in its simplest form, the Obama administration under the Department of Justice purposely allowed nearly 2,000 weapons to go to the bad guys in Mexico, the drug cartels. But then, when we found out about it, after they denied it, we have gone through a series of subpoenas. There's a subpoena out there in 22 different categories. We know there's 80,000 documents relating to this. The White House and the Department of Justice has only given us less than 10% of those documents. But within those documents, what you find is a communication from an ATF agent in Phoenix, right directly to the White House, somebody who was there, Mr. O'Reilly, who was there in the White House. And we know that that information is there, and now we want to talk to this gentleman. And the personal attorney for this gentleman, who's now serving in Iraq, has said that he will speak to the committee under oath, allow our investigators to communicate with them, but the White House, and only the White House, is denying our ability during this investigation to talk to this gentleman. Why was he involved? What was involved? If it's simple and innocent enough, then why the hesitation from the White House to allow us to speak to him? Yeah. I think they're being obstructionists. They're not providing the documents, and they're not providing us access to somebody who knows what was happening when it was happening.
Well, we know that Eric Holder has said that he would, sort of go along with eliminating the position or the jobs of anybody who may have been wrong in this operation, but that he won't do that until the investigation is complete. And I know that you all have basically accused them of dragging their feet until this thing goes away or until after the election, perhaps maybe some of the timing involved. Let's take a look at the letter that sort of outlines some of the concerns that you have in the emails that were transmitted. It says, Newell stated, "You didn't get these from me." And then another email shows Newell's intent to circumvent his leadership structure in talking to O'Reilly. Just want ATF headquarters to find out, especially since this is what they should be doing, briefing you. It seems that he was reaching out. He wanted to make sure that the White House understood that there were agents who were very much against this program and wanted it stopped.
So Newell, who is there serving for the ATF in Phoenix, bypasses his leadership and in a highly unusual move is communicating directly into the White House. Now remember, the White House, the Department of Justice, they've all denied any involvement whatsoever into this, and now we have a communication which, by the way, only comes to light because of a whistleblower. You can see where there's a lot of smoke and not a lot of commitment from the White House to do what they said they were going to do, be open, be transparent. Remember that? We're going to be the most transparent.
Catherine Roemmler, who is the White House counsel who's been involved in this, she says that they've looked at this and that this is a quote from her, none of these limited communications between O'Reilly and Mr. Newell revealed the existence of any of the inappropriate investigative tactics at issue in your inquiry, mentioning your inquiry, let alone any decisions to allow guns to, quote, walk. They're saying that they've been through all of these communications and that there's nothing in them that they believe needs to be addressed.
Well, that's why the committee, the Congress, wants to look at these. And we have issued a subpoena. Chairman Issa is doing a fabulous job, being more than patient. It's been months and months of stonewalling. We know that there are 80,000 documents at the Department of Justice that deal specifically with Fast and Furious. They've given us less than 10% of those. That's not the way this country operates. You can't just say, oh, well, we looked at them, there's nothing in them. When we presented them because we got them through a whistleblower, then the White House said, oh, okay, well, we do have some documents for you. And look, we got a dead agent. We have 300 dead people in Mexico. This is not an acceptable thing. We can't just continue to allow this to happen. We're doing an investigation of the Department of Justice. The only way we can do that is them providing the documents.
Congressman, thank you. Jason Chaffetz.
Thank you.
Good to have you with us as always.